Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump into Love Island. Um, I don't recall where I left off in the reviews, so we're gonna pick it up with the by Andy, Babria, and then work our way through the new couplings. Um, have a sad moment to say bye to Serenity. Get into last night's episode, and then we will go forward. Thank you all so much for your patience. I know if any of you all follow me on Kiss My Cheeks TV, you know that my niece and nephew are in town for the week, and my son is going back to college this week. I've been extremely busy, so I've gotten a little bit behind on my reviews, but Ostella will be back this week. It'll probably be on Thursday instead of Friday because I have my niece and nephew, and we have big plans for Friday night. And Kitchen Table Talk will still be Sunday. So everything else, I'm catching up Love Island. I know a lot of you all have been waiting for my 2 cents. I know a lot of you all are working right now, so you might not catch the live and you might have to catch the replay. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then your girl will be back at it next week. I'll be back up and popping next week. But let's jump into By Andy by Bria. Andy finally decided he wants Maddie, and Maddie, for whatever reason, took his ass back. Look, I'm telling you, if you drop me for Sydney of all people because you want to test the waters over there, you just can't come back to me and be like, oh, okay. No. But anyway, they did. And Maddie seems to really like Andy. It is what it is. Let's move on. Bria has cried her last cry. I'm so tired of these people crying. They didn't do all this crying last season. They couldn't have because I wouldn't have came back to want to watch it this season. I can't take all the crying. Bria is in breakdown mode because Timmy don't want her. Girl, Jeff is right there. Jeff is fine. He talked that hot shit that I like. He talks that sexiness. Like I love a man that knows what he wants. He grabs the ass. I really like guys like Jeff. So I just don't understand that whole persona. Even though I say he's one to play with, don't catch your feelings. Like Wendy Williams say, don't look into his eyes. Don't get mesmerized. But he's fun to play with. I don't know why no one has scooped up Jeff, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But anyway, it's time to say goodbye to people. They got to vote. I think I forgot how Andy and it too long ago, but they voted for who they wanted gone. They saved, I forgot who they saved, but Andy and Bria got the boot by. I believe they saved Maddie, and I forgot who Andy was up against, but whatever. It don't matter. They should have got rid of Maddie. Because Maddie and Andy so in love. Hey, Dr. Ivy, you on your lunch break? I'm on my lunch break too. Andy and Maddie should have left together. At least I felt like Bria would have been more entertaining. I felt like Bria would have at least gave Jeff a true chance. Not her. Bria been saying a lot of colorless things in her followings after she left the house. Like, she's so beautiful. How dare people not want to like her over Zeta? Or like, yeah, how dare Timmy not want to be with her over Zeta? She the baddest bitch. I heard she been doing a lot of talking. I ain't seen it for myself. That's just what I heard on the Twitter curb. But Babria, she gone. We ain't got to talk about her no more. They have 3 new people, Kat, Nausea, and Jared. They go out on these little dates. They do the little somebody cook them dinner, the other person cook them dessert. Everybody wants Isaiah. I don't see it. I asked the question on Twitter. Ain't nobody else seen it. No, one person on Twitter said they think he's fine. He's not aggressive and they love the tattoos. And I'm like, shit, Jeff is the same. Half of them, 90% of them on the show got the tattoos. I don't get the Isaiah obsession. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into the new couples and move forward. Because I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about a week behind on the review, and I can't do the whole review in 30 minutes. Of course, Deb and Jesse still together. They are the most boring couple I've ever seen in my life. It is so clear. Didn't Deb say last night, I know he a little bit dumb? I'm happy Deb know he dumb and I'm not the only one just calling him a dummy. Why do you want to be with him, Deb? I just don't get it. I know it's a game and we playing for money. And I'm so happy they told everybody who was the bottom 4 and not the bottom 2. So you can see, no, girl, your man in the bottom. Don't nobody want Jesse. But anyway, Deb's still pecking with Jesse. And mind you, I ain't mad at no pecks because I don't understand why everybody want to kiss in the mouth. But let's move on. Courtney and Bryce are together. They were cute at the time, but we already know Bryce is gone. But we'll get into their issues in a second. There substance, it's nothing but air between Jesse and Deb. I don't see where they have anything in common. Jesse is just happy to be on TV. You can't tell me. Jesse gives me he doesn't know how to hold any kind of conversation because he hasn't held a conversation yet. And he's been here since day one. Excuse me for my nose itching. But I agree with you, Dr. Ivy. I don't like Jesse. I've been wanting Jesse to go. Of course, Isaiah and Sydney are still together, and they are just draining. They aren't entertaining. I don't believe in their love. I don't even believe in their like. I feel like Sydney gave it up to Isaiah because they were the first ones in a secret little room. I forgot the name of it. But they were the first ones to get the private room. And of course she gave it to him because you seen when Zeta and Timmy got the private room, they already had an understanding. I could cuss. Y'all used to it. We ain't fucking on TV. That's what Zeta and Timmy said. I know Zeta at least said, I ain't fucking on TV. Now, if we make it home and you come back to the UK, the Hideaway. Okay, the Hideaway Suite. That's what it's called. If you make it back to the UK, I might give you a little something. But we not having sex on TV. Classy Zeta. Because Sydney's show was pulling it all out. But anyway, moving on. That's what you get, young lady. You need to know men will sleep with you, but just because they sleep with you don't mean they really want to be with you. And you should know that by now in your 20s. That's maybe I learned it too soon. I might have learned that a little bit too young, but I'm trying to tell you. Zeta and Timmy are finally back together. I'm so happy. The only thing I wanted to say about Zeta is I wish she would have just picked Timmy and let Bria and Jeff be together because that whole picking Jeff to make Timmy jealous irritated me. Too much crying. I'm not a sensitive person. That kind of aggravated me, but I'm happy they back together. Maddie is with the new guy, Jared. Now, she's so in love with Andy, but she talking about, oh, he looked like Brody Jenner. This the type of man I like. I'm like, Andy don't look shit like Bruce Jenner. So I don't understand what you want Andy for, but let's move on. Nausea and Jeff are together. I thought they had true chemistry, but Nausea is caught up on Isaiah and she doing all this crying like Sydney is crying. And I'm like, girl, you ain't even sleep with him. So what are you crying for? Like, at least Sydney gave it to him. I understand she might be a little embarrassed, but you doing too much for a little crush. And Chaz done picked Cat, and we have to say goodbye to Serenity. Now, everybody on Twitter is pissed at Chaz because Serenity went home. Now, I know y'all about to be pissed at me because I'm about to say what I got to say, and it's my channel, so I can say it because that's what you come to me for. You want to hear my opinion, not Twitter's opinion. I'm not mad at Serenity for going home. I love Serenity. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's very intelligent. Serenity sounds the most intelligent on her way goodbye. I felt like Serenity was there playing dumb and, ooh, look at me, I'm a Fashion Nova, I'm so cute. Like, I felt like she was playing this game, but she wasn't playing herself. She was trying to be the type of woman that she thought these men wanted instead of being the type of woman that she was, because I can tell she's very intelligent. Serenity, I believe a few episodes before the new people came in the house, had a conversation with Chaz and was like, she ain't see no vibe between them. It wasn't no vibe. And she was happy that he was doing stuff for her. And she was happy that he picked her, but it wasn't no connection. And I believe somebody on Twitter said Chaz is a college athlete who is still in college. And Serenity, we know, has 3 master's degrees and she's graduated. She's grown. She's on her grown woman shit. That right there is not going to vibe because who's going to the dorm rooms to visit their man and you got 3 master's degrees? Not me. Not Serenity. What I didn't like is on the night that they found out about the recoupling, Serenity coming up to Chaz, I really had to think about it. And I feel like I like you so much now. I feel like we've grown. So I'm like, Serenity, stop. You don't want this man and stop begging to be picked. Now, see, Serenity, your problem was you just wanted to be picked instead of getting to know each and everybody, chatting with everybody and seeing who you vibe with, which I feel like they really didn't send anybody in there that could vibe with Serenity. I feel like if she would have made it to Casa Amor, she might would have vibed with Trey because he's the only one of the men that sounds intelligent. But we'll get to Casa Amor in a minute. But Serenity didn't want Chaz, and it's not fair to ask Chaz to not go after a woman that he feels like he has a connection with now. He about to get played the fool in a second, but it's not fair for Chaz to just pick Serenity to make us at home feel better. To be like, because we want Serenity to stay on the show. Like, no. So, I mean, unfortunately, Serenity, it wasn't nobody there for you. It wasn't. And it wasn't your fault. They just didn't put anybody on the show that could vibe with you. Same way I feel about Maddie. Ain't nobody on this show for her. So go home. I know y'all about to get me in the comments because everybody loves Serenity. And I do too, but that's just how I feel. They didn't want to be with each other, and I don't feel like we should be picking people like Deb and Jesse and being boring and looking stupid on TV just so we could look dumb and stupid on TV. But anyway, let's get on to the foolishness. So Chaz picks Kat, and he's so happy he picks Kat. He makes her breakfast. Girl, whatever you want, I'm gonna cook it for you. I got your coffee and all this stuff. And here go Chaz talking about I'm all set. I'm good. I ain't got to look at no more women. And Kat didn't even let him put a period on his sentence before she was like, oh, well, I'm still open. I'm still interested in giving anybody a chance that come through this door. I'm open to the chats and conversations. And I'm like, look at your Chaz. And I guess, I guess at least Serenity wouldn't have made you look that dumb. I did get a good chuckle, and Twitter went ablaze after they heard that. They read him down. I didn't see the vibe with Serenity. His speech seemed strange because Kat just got there. That's what I think really pissed Serenity off, because his speech was made for Serenity. What he said was for Serenity, but he said, get on over here, Kat. He tried to play Serenity like a fool, and I don't understand. Oh, I feel like my green screen is trying to go away. I ain't an expert with it yet. But I think if he would have been more honest with Serenity and just let her go, she wouldn't have been as pissed. Because she did say something about I am beautiful and I deserve to be loved. It makes me feel like somebody in the villa says something against her looks, because why would she even need to say I am beautiful and I deserve to be loved? Because to me, Serenity had the baddest body on the villa. One of the most pretty faces. The only thing that was fucked up about Serenity was that dry ass wig. I wish she would have got maybe some wet and wavy so she could have put some mousse or something on it, but that was the only thing. Serenity, you next time come on with a better wig. But Serenity was the baddest bitch there. So, but yeah, Kat went there. Kat made a fool of Chaz real quick. And I feel like Chaz at Casa Amor is just gonna pick up somebody to try to make a fool of Kat. But let's move on. Who up next? Maddie is crying over Andy. Again, I don't understand why you crying over a man that threw you to the curb for Sydney, of all people. Of all people. Because if we gonna rate the looks 1 to 5, or however many ladies in there, Sydney is dead fucking last. I don't see how you don't y'all look at her in the morning when she don't have that makeup on. Completely different person. She the only one who tracks showing. I know all of y'all claim y'all got them clip-ins and the weaves, but Sydney is the only ones whose tracks are showing. And her lips look like they're going to burst at any given moment. I don't see the appeal, but I ain't really attracted to women, so I guess maybe I don't get it. But let's move on. But again, Maddie, I would have never took Andy ass back after he left me for Sydney. I could see if he would have tried his shot with Courtney or something, but let's move on. Nausea is in here crying over Isaiah. I came in the villa and I just had a crush on him, and I can't believe he won't give me a chance for Sydney. Girl, it's a game. Because I keep having to remind myself it's a game. Isaiah and Sydney, through every vote, make the cut. Like, I can see, why are y'all voting for Sydney? Every time I be voting, am I voting wrong? Because I be voting for people to go the fuck home. I might be fucking up the thing and voting wrong. Hey, Eric. Because every time I be voting for Jesse to go home and Sydney to go home. I'm tired of their asses. And they always making the cut. But I feel like if you're always making the cut, you aren't going to rock the boat. You aren't going to do anything drastic to make people dislike you like Chaz, because people hate Chaz now, So I feel like he's staying with Sydney because he wants that money at the end. But trust and believe, I don't see them having no relationship after this villa. And who gonna give up? Most men ain't turning down no free sex. Like, if you spread your legs, he gonna get in it, Sydney. So you ain't making it hard for him. But Nausea, stop crying. I agree, Eric. All this crying is driving me insane. Like, I want to hit fast forward, but I can't figure out the fast forward on a Peacock. Because whenever I hit fast forward, I end up going too far. Then it'd be too much trying to get it to stop at the perfect spot. So I just be watching the shit. But I be rolling my eyes the entire time. I don't understand crying over a man that has never been yours. And the chemistry that I see on the TV looks like you have better connections with Jeff anyway. But don't nobody want Jeff. I don't know why people don't want fine ass Jeff. Isaiah is corny to me. Very corny. All this, what's up, bro? All this looking at people over his sunglasses. I'm like, corny. I don't get the appeal. Up next, Courtney needs to have a conversation with Bryce or is it Jared? I done got their names fucked up in my notes. But y'all know who I'm talking about, Courtney's man. She needs to have a conversation because he doesn't appeal to her love language, which is snuggling, kissing, and hugging in the bed and all that. And he rolls his eyes at her and she's like, Zeta, I need you to come have this conversation with me because people don't believe that he rolled their eyes, and I want you to see that I'm not crazy. Like, girl, this has to be for entertainment purposes only. But I'm like, put your big girl panties on and talk to this man. What you need another woman for sitting by your side so you could tell a man you want to be hugged, kissed, loved, groped? Zeta ain't got to be there for that. But I'm going to move on because that whole thing pissed me off. And I might just be too old. That might be some young people shit. But I'm like, I ain't never needed my girlfriend to sit by me so I can tell my man he needs to kiss and hold me more. But I'm gonna let that ride, Courtney. Let's get to the bottom fours. Now I done forgot who was in the bottom. And I already said this. I like that they show who got the top votes because the people in the bottom, y'all might need to switch it up, do some things. I was hoping Deb would be like, damn, I'm in the top, but my man at the bottom. Shit, maybe I should dump his ass. And I believe that's when she said, oh, I know he's a little dumb. I love when Deb say that because Deb, I wish you would have been left Jesse. Like, he's just not a good look. I want him off the show. Who did they have to choose from? Let me see. So Deb, Sydney, and Zeta had to pick which man could go. Yeah, could go because all the other three could stay. And then Isaiah, Timmy, and Jeff Clink, 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 clink. We like Jeff at home. Why have none of you ladies scooped up Jeff? He in the top. And Jeff ain't been on the show and found a woman that wanted him yet. And he's still being voted in the top. Nausea, put your fucking thinking cap on. But anyway, oh Lord, my paper done fell down my chest. But anyway, so Zeta, Deb, and Sydney chose to get rid of Bryce. And Zeta's reasoning was Courtney, her girlfriend, and she knew Courtney ain't want his ass, so he might as well go home. Okay. And then Maddie decided to quit. And I'm like, Maddie, you could have quit 2-3 episodes ago. Not episodes, but vote offs ago. You could have quit you could have quit when Serenity had to go home. You knew you didn't want that man when Serenity didn't have a partner. You said, okay, you could have been like, Serenity, you stay, I'll leave. Because I don't want nobody here. You fucked up for that, Maddie. Now that I think about it. But anyway, let's move on. Because Maddie is gone. And Bryce is gone. I kind of want to know who the men were going to pick anyway, just for the shits and giggles of it all. Like, were they going to pick Maddie anyway? Who y'all think they would have let go of? I kind of had a feeling. One of the new girls would have went. Maybe for their boy Isaiah, they would have got Nausea on out the way, so Nausea wouldn't cause no more temptation. I don't know. But anyway, Deb is now crying. I'm telling you, so many people cried last night. Deb is in the little locker room crying because Maddie quit. And I'm like, girl, I may not have found love here, but I found a best friend. Well, you go and take your ass home too with your best friend and take Jesse with you. I'm with you, Eric. 2 people could have left. I'm at the point now where about 4 good people could left. When do we start dwindling this down? It's too many people. They got Casa Amor this week. It's too many people. Am I voting wrong? Because I'm voting for people to go home. I might be saving people when I'm trying to get them to go home. Let's go ahead and get to Casa Amor. It's 6 new women, 6 new men. The men are all 5s or below. It's not one fine man there. All of them look average or no, sir. All of them are either average or no, sir. Even Trey. Trey is average. But he gets a second look because he got his shit together. I ain't too impressed that he used to be in the NFL, but I like that he has one of those performance camps where you could bring your kids and they get the football skills because my son, we've been going to these damn camps since about 8th grade. He in college now, and his ass ain't even playing in college, but we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. He had fun in high school while he had his time while it lasted. But anyway, I like Trey for that because he sounds intelligent. Those other guys, nothing to look at. I wouldn't even want to be bothered. So the women at Casa Amor, I don't plan on nobody picking none of these men, even Courtney. Because Zeta trying to tell Courtney, girl, you need to be the main one flirting. You single. You ain't got nobody at the house. You need to be picking somebody up. I don't see nan man there for Courtney to pick up. I'm going to tell you what I want Courtney to do. I want Courtney to go over there with the men and scoop up one of them ladies. Give me something spicy on the show. She like ladies anyway. It looked like Courtney want to be with Zeta. That's who Timmy needs to be worried about. Courtney want to be with Zeta more than anybody. Now we go over to the men's little villa. All the ladies over there are cute. They're at least 7s and up. At least they're cute. Ain't none of them bad bitches. The only one that I would say is a bad bitch is, what's her name? Phoebe. Because Phoebe came in there in that strappy one-piece thing. And I said, girl, you better wear that swimsuit. And then you're intelligent. She about to be a lawyer as well. You better be smart, Phoebe, girl. I like Phoebe, and I agree with the men. Somebody needs to bring her to Casa Amor because she is going to have the women shaking. Now, they put all the ladies want to be with Isaiah. Everybody be like, oh, Isaiah's in my top. And I'm still looking at the TV. What is it about Isaiah? Do people really want Isaiah? Or do they just want to be the woman to say, I took Isaiah from Sydney? Because I feel like it's the latter. I feel like these ladies just want to be like, I'm the one that got Isaiah away from Sydney. Kind of like Bria thought she was going to take Timmy away from Zeta, but she thought wrong. Because I don't understand the appeal, especially if this is a game and we trying to win some money. Why do I want to be with the man? I don't get it. Why do y'all like Sydney? Why do y'all keep voting Sydney to be in the top? Because she is the most irritating person on this show's history. Now, mind you, I only watched it last season and half of last season at that. I'm new to Love Island. But from the last season of this one, she's the most irritating person I've seen on this show. Hey, Mari. Yeah, you caught it, but I'm almost done, girl. I'm almost done. Yes, I would say a 7. Yes, there's 7s, but that damn Phoebe is a 10. I'm gonna give it to Phoebe. They got a lookalike Sydney in there. Why do we have a lookalike Sydney in Casa Amor? It's like they really tempting Isaiah to leave her. Isaiah, you need to catch a hint. They keep throwing all these women on the show that want you. They even threw a lookalike in there for you. They trying to tell you to drop Sydney. I don't know when you're going to pick up the hint, Isaiah. But what I don't like about Isaiah, he ain't shit. That's what I put in my notes. He ain't shit. He clearly just had sex with Sydney because she gave it to him. And in Sydney's face, he's like, oh, I want to be with you. Oh, we going to be together outside the show. All the stuff Sydney want to hear. But when he gets around the men or other women outside of the originals, oh, I'm open. You know, if you check 1, 2, 3 boxes, you get a chance. He always talking about, and even when he had a conversation with Timmy, I don't want to leave the island and regret not giving Nausea a chance. He checks all the boxes. I don't see a woman like Nausea really going for Isaiah. I just don't see it. Like Nausea and Jeff look perfect on paper to me. He the playboy and she the playerette. He the boy with the money and she the woman getting the money spent on her. The chemistry between them, I just don't understand. I just don't see it. But it's like Isaiah tells Sydney one thing, but everybody else he open. Everybody else, you check this box, you could get a chance. But he won't give anybody a chance because we keep voting it. Not we, not me. Y'all keep voting for them too high. And until one of them hit the bottom of something and we got to make a decision on if you could stay or not, they're not going to switch it up. At least Isaiah isn't. Sydney is in love. Didn't Isaiah say one time he loved her? Like, sir, you ain't had to say that. She was going to give you some anyway. She was going to give you some anyway. But let's move on. I don't see, even though I think the women are more beautiful at the Casa Amor than the men at the other villa, I don't see any of the men, as they call it on the show, turning their heads. I don't. Who's single? Like Jeff has to come back with somebody because he tired of being in the love triangle. But I don't see any of those women wanting Jeff. They all want freaking either Timmy. They all want people that are taken. Like, aren't you all watching the show from home before y'all come on here? Don't you see Isaiah and Timmy are taken? I wouldn't want to be with the taken men. I would want to get with Jeff. Jared is now single, so Jared gonna pick somebody up. And I don't forgot who else even on the show. Oh, but don't nobody want Jesse. I don't even know why they keep showing Jesse. Why? When do we get to vote off Jesse? But anyway, let's move on. But that ain't even enough. I gotta go back to my notes. I done skipped somebody. Oh, Chaz. Y'all think Chaz would pick somebody up at Casa Amor? If I was Chaz, I would. Bitch, you done embarrassed me on TV. I need somebody else. But let's move on. That's it. I can't wait. When do we get to, what day is Casa Amor? They get to have that huge walk down the steps ceremony and they get to say if their heads were turned or not. I agree, Eric. I just don't like, I don't like that. it's better for me to say who I do like than who I don't like. The only person I like are Zeta and Timmy, and I like Courtney, but I want Courtney to be with one of the ladies. Everybody else can go. Them the only people I like. Zeta, Timmy, and Courtney. But I want Courtney to be with the ladies. I must have missed this competition last week. Y'all say it's called the food challenge, but I call it the mama bird challenge, where they're going to be spitting orange juice in each other's mouth next week. Ugh, I got to learn how to do the fast forward on Peacock. Why did they even show that in the preview? I am disgusted. I keep saying next week, but it's really tonight. I am disgusted. I'm already ready to fast forward tonight. I don't like it. And then Timmy, it seemed like the girl with the braids, lady with the braids, if he didn't pick up Bria, he not picking up you. Because I know Bria stuck on her looks, but Bria was better than you, lady with the braids. So you could try to get all up in Timmy bed all you want to, but you just getting ready to get read down by Zeta when Zeta sees you. Now, Timmy, I know you trying to give us a TV show. We got to be entertained, but I would let everybody else play around with their relationships. It seemed like you and Zeta are real. Why are you letting this lady sleep in your bed? Is it required? Because like I said, this is just my second season. Are they required to sleep in the bed with somebody at Casa Amor? Like, do they have to, or does everybody get a solo bed? I don't understand the rules, but if everybody gets a solo bed, Timmy, you wrong. But if everybody is required to sleep with somebody, Timmy, you better have a pillow in between. Put a pillow in between. That's the end of my notes. I'm going to try. It might be easier for me to do just this week, since my niece and nephew are with me, to do Love Island on my lunch break, like now, instead of at night like I normally would, because we have fun nighttime activities every night this week, because I hardly ever get to see the little people, and I'm so happy they're staying with me for a week. So they're finally old enough. My sister finally letting them come to Tennessee. Like, my sister lives in Chicago, so she's finally letting them come to Tennessee and spend a week with Auntie Angie. So the little ones come first. I'm sorry, y'all. So, but I do want to find out what goes down tonight. I don't know. I might not talk about it tomorrow, because I don't want to see this Mama Bird challenge at all. This right here, it ain't really nothing to talk about if we looking at people put food in each other's mouth. Like, what's the point of it? What's the point of this putting food in everybody's mouth? I agree with COVID, monkeypox. They got the herpes. They got the just a simple cold. Just a simple. I don't want nothing somebody else chewed. Nothing. I don't even want my own son to drink out my water bottle. And that's mine. Okay, at the Casa Amor, they're required to sleep in the bed with somebody, which means Zeta is required to sleep with somebody too. So maybe Zeta won't trip. You better have that pillow in between yourself, Timmy. I can't wait to see how they pick up these bed couplings. We'll see what's going on tonight, y'all. But let me see what time it is. I think my lunch break. Oh, I done went over. Let me get off of here. Y'all got to get back to work. I know y'all got to get back to work too. So we had a good time. Thank y'all for coming over to the live. For the people who couldn't come over to the live, get in the chat. Let me know what's up in the comment section or the rewatch. Again, I think it might be, I might do it tomorrow at noon, tonight's episode, just because it's easier for me to get these in on my lunch break while the little ones are here. And I will catch y'all later. Go ahead and like this video if you haven't liked it yet. Go ahead and hit subscribe. It's your first time with Kiss My Cheeks TV. We have a lot of fun. I review all the competition shows and reality shows. We have a good time over here. And until tomorrow, noon, have a good day, y'all. Bye.